Welcome to Sold Sistas podcast. I'm your girl LaTrease.
I'm Future.
And I'm Cairo.
And we are the Sold Sisters. Today, we are continuing part 2 of relationships and real estate. But this time, we are talking about business relationships and B2B. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want us to dive into is the role of industry events. So like networking, going to events, how important is that in real estate? Local meetups, things like that.
I think that it's always important, but early on in your career is very essential. You want to start building your reputation. You want people to know who you are when you are doing things like sending over clients to lenders or sending offers to other agents. You want to have that rapport if you can. You know, it's not going to happen that way all the time, but it's great if you can work with somebody who understands that you do good business and you're a serious realtor.
Absolutely. I think, like you said, when you're new to the industry, especially like if you're a beginning agent and you don't have any, deals under your belt, like it's good to know your face. Like they might not know how you do business, but once you do business, it's important to just like maintain professionalism in those type of spaces as well. That's what I want to talk about a little bit, because a lot of times we love a good drink. We got a little wine today. Realtors love a cocktail, but I think what's most important that I see as younger agents coming into the industry, I came in really young, 21, 22, something like that. Make sure that, you keep it cute when you're out here networking, because this is still business. Like you run your own company, so to speak, but your reputation is really important. So keep that in mind, I would say.
So I think it's very important to attend those type of events because you never know. You may want to put an offer in and you met this person at an event, at a title company event or some type of meet and greet. And then, I remember LaTrease,
Right.
I met a girl at another lender's office and I saw her at another event and I was like, hey, LaTreesa. Her name is LaTreesa and my name is LaTrease. It's not many of us realtors out here like that, right? So there was a deal where I wrote the offer, but the agent called her and was like, hey, we're accepting your client's offer. And she was like, I didn't write an offer. Me and my client were going to go see that house, but we didn't write it. So she called me and was just like, yeah, I think your offer is getting ready to get accepted.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah, so I think it's important just because I've met people that are like, what do I need to meet other realtors for? I don't need them. They're my competition. No, you need to collaborate with them. You need to just say hello.
Yeah, sometimes that's why I accept an offer. It's like, I know this is going to be a smooth transaction.
Right.
I worked with them before. I know they get the job done. And it's because people going out of their way or just coming to the closing and, you have a good rapport. So definitely connecting with other realtors is important.
Definitely. So another thing I want us to talk about is having multiple vendors for businesses. So myself, personally, I'm a lender, but that doesn't mean like every deal that I do or every transaction goes through me. There are some instances where I know somebody may be a better fit. Like, hey, you need a home equity line of credit. I have somebody, I'm going to refer you over to this person. So let's talk about that. Can you guys elaborate on having more than one go-to for different vendors?
Oh, LaTrease, I advocate.
Cheat on me.
I advocate for that. It's not even cheating on you because we have to just get used to you being back in that role. So that's on you to remind us repeatedly that, listen, I still do this too. But I remember us having a conversation in my office about you and your clients. LaTrease is a great friend, and even in business, she is loyal to a fault. So if she has a relationship with you, she is going to try to rock with you and roll with you every client that she has. And I had to have a conversation with her, and I had the conversation with my team as well. You have to have a lender for every situation, and you learn and you grow being in this role, but you have to have a lender for every situation. I have ownership in a title company. We are a newer title company. We're doing very, very well. But even in some cases, very small cases, we have to switch over to, our sister title company. So it's just, you got to have a backup. You may have a great broker who can get your client a better interest rate. If that's what your client is looking for, then you have your clients who may not have enough money to close. And then you have a big box lender who can offer those type of programs. the bottom line is you don't wait to get paid because it doesn't fit into somebody's box. You make it fit into somebody else's, and everybody should understand that.
I think a lot of people are trained, especially that work for big box lenders, because somebody coming from a big box lender, like, oh no, that's a guideline. Nobody can do it. No, this is a
not
rule.
true.
And so many times it's an overlay. It's not a federal guideline. It's your company's rule, but it's not everybody. So just because you can't get it closed doesn't mean somebody else can. And there have been deals where I'm like, okay, well, I can't get it done. Or you can't unsee some of the things that you see. Sometimes clients kill the deal themselves.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, you can go over there, and then if they don't figure it out, it doesn't have anything to do with me. But it's some of the times the guidelines just aren't the same. They just aren't the same across the board for everybody. So
what happened? What happened with that situation with that lender that you were super loyal to? So we talking about relationships.
I'm still, we're still cordial and everything. I have a lot of lender friends that are kind of supportive of the fact that I have my license. Like, we still kick it. We still go to events. We go to networking events. Hey, girl, come to this with me. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then I have some that are just kind of like, hi.
Our relationship, the relationship no longer serves them.
It doesn't serve them because now I'm not sending them leads. Like, realtors really are the plug. And people that figure that out in the mortgage industry, they establish relationships with realtors. But the second you go from being a realtor to being a lender, then it's like, I don't need you anymore. I don't, But I still have really good friends that are on both sides. And because they have been loyal to me, I still send them deals. Like, I have deals where I'm like, I know I could do it myself. And I'm like, hey, just go ahead and write this. Go ahead and do this.
Look at LaTrease keeping it cute. I love that.
Thank you.
She kept it real cute because, yeah.
But no, I mean, and then I have one friend that's a lender and gives me the plug on all, like majority of anything he learns. He's like, let me show you what I just learned. Oh, you could do this. You could do that. We collaborate and come up with ideas together. So two heads are better than one. I don't know why people don't tap in that are lenders, especially when we doing credit repair. I have lenders who send me clients in New York, New Jersey, Georgia, and I repair their credit, send them back to them, and they're getting paid more. Right. So it's just like, don't make me an enemy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you may as well use me as a resource. Like, yeah, I can't send you everything anymore. But the reality is they weren't sending me everything,
That's the real tea.
Right. You have to work with other people. And if you're a lender, you can't just work with one realtor because otherwise your business is stagnant. It's only going to be depending on that one person. So it's understandable, like, have multiple partners. All right. Look at you trying to be messy today.
Y'all are too much for me today.
Okay, so let's talk about vendors. What are some vendors that realtors need to have? Like, just going through the process.
Okay, so of course, like Future said, you want to have several different lenders for different situations, but you also want to have a lot of different inspectors. Everyone should be thorough, let's be clear. But I try to have my another set of inspectors for my clients that are investors. I can just send them, hey, check this out, make sure that the bones are good. And then I have my inspectors that are my first time home buyers that literally want to go through with the magnifying glass and look at everything. So you have to have a plethora to make sure that you're meeting the needs of your clients.
And just because of availability, like it's purchase season. So if you want your offer accepted, realistically, you're doing probably like a 3 to 4 day inspection period. And not everybody is going to be available. So you need multiple people because if somebody's not available, you can't just say, oh, well, can you give me more time? No, we have backup offers. So you have to have multiple people that you can depend on for inspection and insurance. Because I've had deals where where I'm the mortgage lender and I'm the real estate agent, and the DTI is not working. Like, hey, I just got a quote for $3,000. No, you need to call somebody else. Like, we love to give people business, but if you can't deliver, then unfortunately they have to explore their options. So
Title too, even though we usually use Title Icon, like you just said.
That's the plug. Title Icon.
We use Title Icon, but to your point, making sure you can't always use Title Icon, especially if it's a cash deal.
You can use them most of the time, but
my team lead, you're right. Every time I use Title Icon, every single time. But in the event that you're not on our team and you're looking to diversify your vendors, definitely have several different options.
Yeah, and then work with people that are going to take care of you.
Photographers.
Check in with you. different representatives for home security, different companies for, what do you call it, home warranties,
Yes.
all type of things. So let's talk about after closing.
I was
right?
gonna say, let's get into that.
So touching on the vendor situation, yeah, you a realtor. When dealing with vendors, make sure you work with people who believe in the principle of taking care of those who take care of them. Dealing with lenders who are going to send you business when they can. Now, we all know lenders can't send a bunch of business because they don't get referrals like we do. But when they do get a referral, they are, distributing them to the realtors who actually send them business. When you have different events, it's okay for you to ask the title companies or your inspector to be a sponsor for your different events where it may generate you new business because you are bringing them business. So this is a way for you guys to work together. So try to work with vendors who appreciate you and appreciate your position within this industry.
Reciprocal relationships are very important as a realtor. Like, it can't just be take. And you find a lot of that where I have so many different vendors that are just like, hey, do you have anybody? Hey, what's going on? It's getting a little slow. Hey. And it's just like, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just, I think there's a lot of people that are in this industry that are a little entitled.
Yes.
And feel like you are supposed to continue to send them business, but they don't pay for events. You're not paying for my leads. You're not
Right.
paying for any of the things that I'm spending money on the market. And then when I send you business, you didn't pay for it. But then you think I'm supposed to send you everything. I don't understand how that works.
Yeah. Or even like I had an inspector and I still use him. I like him a lot as a person. When holidays rolled around, and I'm not expecting anything, but it was just a nice gesture. Yeah, he cannot send me the business that I would send him. And I would send him a lot of business. This was before I had a team when I started rolling as an individual agent. And it's just to show your appreciation. And I had another inspector where we were doing our first client appreciation picnic, and I asked about sponsorship. It was a small sponsorship because we spent more money last year. That event was around $5,000, and I asked him for like, whatever you can give, and it was like he was hesitant. I didn't even put a number on it. It was like, well, needless to say, me and my team don't really send him any. We don't send him hardly anything because how am I sending you over inspections multiple times a week? I had a team of still 11 at the time. We all sending you inspections. And when I asked you, like, hey, can you sponsor? And he came. Like, you don't want to. That's crazy.
Maybe times were hard. Maybe they were.
They might have been.
Maybe they were struggling a little.
Times are hard for everybody.
You never know.
I love LaTrease energy because last week she was with it.
Man.
I'm gonna let you live.
Yeah,
maybe the next episode.
I'm gonna let
what's
you
going
live.
on?
Like,
That's
who
what
is
I'm
this
saying.
person?
What's going on?
Okay, I'm in a better mood.
Praise
Maybe
the
that's
Lord.
why.
Oh, you had to close it.
Maybe
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
feeling
there
a
you
little better. Three closes, so.
3 closings will do that. Have you
Feeling good.
fine.
I have a closing literally going on right now while we're filming this,
Period.
so I'm so sorry I can't be there. But
So we said vendors. My favorite relationships are my relationships with my clients.
Yeah, of
Love
course.
them.
oh yes, that's important. Very important.
I probably have relationships with my clients that, like, I'll be, hey, I just wanted to see what you were doing. Like, I'll check in. Right now, I realize, like, I'm transitioning. I'm specializing in transitioning my clients from their current colonial homes to their forever homes. So I have a lot of clients that are more mature. So checking in, going to church with them, asking them about their grandkids. That's my favorite thing to do. And I feel like that's been something that I help push our team to do, like a little bit more. Like, you close the deal, but real estate is relationships. Like, you have to follow up. You have to see what's going on. You have to drop in, give a Christmas gift, send a birthday card. Like, I don't know. Relationships are big to me. Gift giving is my love language. So that's my favorite thing.
That brings me to the next bullet point: building relationships. Building relationships are huge. And even if it's not anything materialistic, like my clients, I mailed them out magazines, and it just had like a little thank you message in there, and then had like some recipes, and it was just a cute little magazine. And when I tell you the response I got back from that, so realtors, that's what do you call it when you give somebody the plug? You give them a little nugget.
That's a silent plug.
Silent plug. Like, y'all might want to look into Reminder Media. I might have to reach out to them for
You should have got an affiliate code.
But my clients loved it. Like, they were tagging me on Facebook. It's just the little things. Just don't forget about them. Like, just because the transaction is over doesn't mean the relationship is over. So And then they refer to you when you think about them. I've been to work out with my clients. One of my clients just went out of town with me for my son's birthday. We went to the cabins. We had a 13-bedroom cabin. Like, once we have a really good relationship, like I tell them, we go together. Like, you family now.
Yeah.
And they should be able to reach out to you for anything after the transaction. Literally, I closed this property 2 years ago almost. And they're like, oh, like I'm looking for my bylaws. Okay, say less. Give me a second. You know, like let me look it up. It's nothing that you should be able to reach out to me about that I can't point you in the direction for someone to fix it. If it's a roof, if it's whatever, you know, like, okay, let me look into it because I care. I think sometimes I see like, oh, okay, I'm done with the transaction. We're moved on. No, you know, you want to make sure that you're following up and people can feel comfortable with reaching out to you about anything.
Yeah, because it's not transactional. It's not, and that it's not transactional. Man, I cannot stress that enough. I made so much money just actually caring about my deals and caring about my clients. I have lifelong relationships from selling real estate. I've been in weddings, been out of town with my clients. Same thing like literally, I'm going out of town with my clients, turn friends. Shout out to Anthony and Adonis. We're going to Dallas Friday for the weekend. Relationships are so important, and everybody who I have a relationship with, no, we don't hang, but you're always going to get that call from me where I check in on you and make sure that you are okay. Don't be that realtor that's scared to call because your client may say something went wrong with the house. Most people know, not everybody, but most people know that you are purchasing a home. Things happen. That's a part of life. Things need maintenance. That's a part of life. But I've heard a lot of agents say, well, when I call my clients, you know, sometimes they complain or sometimes they bring up things, and it's like, that's okay. They just want a listening ear. It's not, they're not upset with you. You're just having a conversation. That's a part of having a relationship.
Sometimes they be upset with you and you
let me buy this house. No, I'm just kidding.
sometimes they are upset, and I think that's a part of it too. You got to deal with that as well, you know?
So we kind of got ready to talk about this, but I think we end up pivoting and changing subjects. But the importance of having relationships with other vendors outside of the transaction. So outside of inspectors, outside of lenders, you need to know landscapers, you need to know roofers, you need to know plumbers, you need to know people that your clients.
Electrician.
Yeah. So when they call you like, hey, it's raining in my house, what can I do? And they like, if they look forward to you being that plug and that resource, they won't forget you. You won't be out of mind.
Right.
So when they have somebody say, oh, I'm thinking about buying, oh, you got to call my realtor. Your clients are your biggest advocate. Like people that don't follow up with your client, like my clients sing high praises. Like, she the best. I had one of my clients tag me and was like the best realtor in the world, you know, like on social media. So yes, better to both of y'all. No, I'm just kidding.
I got one of those. I got one of those posts too. We can go post for post.
We really could.
We can go post for post.
That's because we're all so great.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, agents that are not tapping into following up, especially when you provide your client with a good experience and you're taking good care of them, you have to stay in touch. Otherwise, they'll forget about you.
I'm gonna give y'all an example. Me and Cairo worked with a woman, and she ended up purchasing a house, sold a home, ended up buying another home. Me and her, she comes to the team events. Me and her have been out to dinner. She happened to buy a house that was like 10 minutes away from my residence. So I stopped by her house frequently, not as much as she probably would like, no, but I stopped by. And I got a call out the blue. I was at home on a Sunday and a woman called me like, you know, my sister in Christ gave me your phone number. I was working with an agent. You know, he's not giving us the best service. I have a house I want to see. We went to go see that house. Actually, somebody on the team had to show the house for me because I had a meeting that morning. She wrote an offer on that home. And it was just like, she trusts me. I got her back in the house with her husband. I made sure they were comfortable with the transaction. But that maintaining that relationship put me in a position to make $12,000 because she understood. First of all, I made her very comfortable doing her transaction, and we maintained that relationship. So she knows who her realtor is. And she gave her realtor number to my new client who I closed on a couple of weeks ago. So you got to maintain those relationships. I didn't have to pay for that lead. It wasn't bought. It was just based on me doing my job and doing it correctly.
Absolutely.
So I just thought about another instance, I should say. I had a lender partner. They were doing a networking event, and it was for your organization. And they invited me. And from that event, I just got up and I just talked about real estate. Like, we just did like a PowerPoint. It was like a finance event or whatnot. And then from that event, one of the ladies there really liked what I had to say, and she told her cousin about me. Her cousin ended up being a cash buyer.
Right.
So you never know what's going to come
You never
from
know who's in the room.
networking events. Like, even if you think that, oh, the audience is small or it's not that many attendees, you don't know who they know. You don't know who they're going to tell. So word of mouth is huge. Last topic before we wrap this episode up, you guys, we're going to talk about people that we know, whether it be a friend, family member, relative, that do real estate transactions and use other realtors. How does that make you ladies feel?
Very disappointing. It hasn't happened to me often, but I have had people that like tell me they want to purchase a home, and then I see them close with someone else. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. But it hasn't been anybody in my family, just like friends. I do understand that sometimes people are a little hesitant because when you are doing a real estate transaction, you kind of know everyone's financial situation.
Right.
So sometimes people are a little bit uncomfortable, but I think it's just about getting educated and having that conversation with your realtor. We're all very professional.
Right.
I've done transactions where the mom doesn't even know what's going on with the daughter's transaction. I might have closed the mom a couple months ago and she's like, oh, what's going on with so-and-so? You have to ask her. I'm not sure. Or I'll just kind of pivot from the conversation because it's their business. But it is disappointing when you see somebody that you're close with another person.
I want to add to that. Really, it's not us who knows all of their financial
true.
information. It is the lender. So we only know what you and the lender tell us. Now, we know that you have to have X. If you're good, you have a good realtor. We know what you'll need for your closing costs and down payment and your monthly payment. So we'll have that information. What you were able to bring to the table to close, and how much you'll be paying monthly for the house that you're purchasing. But we don't need a bank statement from you. That goes directly to the lender. We don't need to know how much you have in savings. We won't know your credit score. We will know if you qualify or not. And if you are that hesitant or if you are nervous about that process, then just go get pre-approved. And once you get pre-approved, then come back where you don't have to snake me and use someone else and be shady because you were worried about me seeing you only had two. No, I'm not going to get ugly. I used to be very, very, very upset when people would use other realtors. I still do not like it. I don't appreciate it.
Very upset.
I used to be very upset because it was like I was offended a little bit because I used to be a little offended. A lot. Because I'm a great realtor and I go above and beyond. And I have been selling real estate for a long time. And it was just like, why not me? Like, why would you use somebody else? And then you want to call and ask me questions about your realtor because you don't trust the person you decided to work with. And you clearly know that I am the most knowledgeable person. Why wouldn't you work with me? That's not fair to me.
Or if you don't give me a referral fee and you still asking me questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I've gotten a lot better where I won't just, depending on the circumstances. I used to didn't even really look at the circumstances. It was just like, yeah. But now I look at the circumstances where you may be still good or maybe not.
So I'm not angry. Future, we have had many conversations. Like, she's livid. Future thinks the family members that I've referred to her years ago.
Closed 4 years ago.
Pam
closed 4 years ago. I was gonna tag her.
Them all the time. All the time.
I'm tagging Pam now since you bringing it up.
Please do.
I'm tagging her.
My auntie gonna watch this episode. But it's been family and friends. When I was only doing mortgages, I would refer to Future, and she would come to my family functions and be like promoting her business.
Your family love me.
Like, ma'am, they're not working with you. My family no. Like, no, we're not doing that. It don't make any sense. You know, nobody gonna take better care of you. Nobody's gonna, in my opinion.
I might. You know, I'm a good agent.
You are a good agent. You are a great agent. But like, if my family called me at midnight talking about real estate or whatever, I'm picking up the phone.
Her phone gonna be on Do Not Disturb, Pam. So,
but if I see it's my auntie, I'm gonna pick up because I'm gonna think something is wrong. Like, you calling me at midnight, if it's my sisters, it's different. It depends on who it is. Like, certain people know. Like, if somebody's calling you at 3:00 in the morning, you know, like, oh my God, did somebody die? Because that's just not normal behavior. Right. Back to what I was saying. I'm the person that's at the family reunions passing out. Like, when it's a goodie bag, it has my business card in it. I'm going to put stuff in. Like, everybody knows I do real estate, whether it be mortgages, credit repair. So if they're working with somebody else, I'm just going to be very confused. Like, why? So I haven't had it happen to me often. I've literally only had one person fire me, and I didn't really know how to take it. And I was just like, what? You think somebody else is going to do better? Like, I'm literally the one-stop shop, so it's kind of confusing to me. Like, if you need credit advice, I got you. If you need mortgage advice, I'm the realtor that's at the showing, like, your monthly payment is going to be this. This is the cash you have to bring to close. Your PMI is probably going to be that. Like, I'm literally giving you everything. So for them to work with somebody else, I would just be very confused. I don't know. I'd be angry. I would just kind of get over it. In my mind, I would just kind of be like, you're lost, so.
I think that's where I'm at with it too, where it's really like they're lost. I'm so busy now. I had to really truly embrace what's for you is for you. Because I used to say it, but I don't think I really embraced it because I used to be too upset. But now I truly embrace what's for you is for you. Now, if my brother, my sister, somebody in my immediate family purchases a home and they do not use me, my feelings will be hurt. But I used to.
But you know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I know it's not going to, but I'm saying that will still move me. Now when other people use other realtors, I don't care. I had a young lady who I was working with before I got a team called I got the best realtors on my team. So every time I don't lose many clients. So I have the best realtors on my team. So every time a client decides to pivot, it's always with one of the people. I swear, it's always one of the people on my team. Like I've gotten a call from Brittany. It was another young lady on my team called. So it's like, it is what it is. And I'll give them the rundown. Hey, she's a great client. But if you don't want to work with me, it's okay. Like, so you're really not that girl. So
really, we all are.
Yes,
we really are. And then, okay. So, right before we finish, another thing. So what about realtors? Okay. So EXP is a cloud-based organization. And we get compensated when people join under us. How do y'all feel about realtors that that join under other people?
Oh, wait, I want to say something. And then I want you to ask that question. Because we have to acknowledge. And it goes both ways. I have sold homes for people who have had family members who are realtors as well. And that was something that had to make me change my mindset. I had a lady named Karen sell a house, and her brother sold. Her name was Karen. Oh. She moved to her retirement home in another state down south. Her brother was a realtor, and she said God sent me to her. So she let me sell her home. And that has happened to me multiple times. So it's really like I can't be a hypocrite,
It's true. It has definitely.
I'm sure it's happened to all of us. Yeah. So it's like you can't be a hypocrite.
So speaking of other realtors, how about being in this organization where we are compensated when other realtors join under us? How do you guys feel about realtors that that join EXP with other realtors or under somebody else and don't contact you?
Jada, who's sitting over there right now. I don't know. I don't really.
Jada didn't sign up under you?
No, she did not.
Who you sign up under?
Wait, she just came in with no sponsor?
We'll talk about it later. No, I'm kidding. No, for me, it really doesn't make a big difference. I have like maybe 2 agents under me because I haven't been intentional with recruiting as of yet. My goal is in the next couple of months to be more intentional with recruiting. But I say go where you're going to grow. So if you choose to not come under me or our team or just our collaboration in general, and you feel like you're going to grow somewhere else, by all means. But in the event that you don't, the door is always open. So it hasn't really affected me too much because like you said, what's for you is for you. And the people that I surround myself with are winners.
So I agree. What's for you is for you. And maybe just because I'm too nice, like I'm the person that will literally help you pass the real estate exam. Like I have an affiliation with Michigan Institute of Real Estate. I help my people like, here's this resource. Hey, here's the discounted version of this. Here's this prep exam, blah, 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 blah. Help them pass. And then they're like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and go over to Keller Williams. And then they leave. And then I think there's a level of maybe embarrassment or something. So when they do decide to come over to EXP, they still didn't come, and join under me. And it's fine. Like I'll still help. And I'm crazy. So I'll still help you.
Me too.
My cousin joined EXP under somebody else. And I just helped her write her first contract, her first offer the other day. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, it's family. I wasn't aggressively pursuing her. I did tell her like, hey, I'm a certified mentor with EXP whenever you decide to make that move. But I wasn't like, hey.
Out of sight, out of mind.
And somebody else.
Yeah.
And somebody else was on her head. So she joined under them. But at the end of the day, It's still family. So I'm still going to help her thrive.
Right.
But I know some agents that would be like, you didn't come under me. Go to that person.
I'm nice to a fault too, and I'm not going to apologize for that. But it doesn't bother me at all. It pretty much, I didn't put my blood, sweat, and tears into this industry, and I have made some great decisions and a lot of mistakes over the course of this almost 11 years of business, of 11 years of me being in this industry. So if you don't want to come over here and work with me, I'll see you. I always do. But I know a lot. I'm very knowledgeable. So it's just like, I'm busy. I'm busy. So now I'm not too busy if you want to come join EXP or you want to be on a team, but I am busy enough. I am blessed to say that I am busy enough to where it does not faze me. Like a lot of stuff does not faze me anymore. I know a lot and I can teach you a lot, and I know how to make money, and I can tell you how to make some money if you listen. So if you don't want to come over here, I hope it works out wherever you go.
True. If you are a realtor and you're interested in getting your mortgage license, please reach out to me and I can show you how you can make money doing both.
If you are a realtor and you're not with EXP and you resonate with one of us ladies sitting here, all of our Instagrams will be attached. You can find us Future Davis, Cairo Edie, LaTrease Posey. Just reach out to us and we can tell you how to get that process started. I have a team. So if you're looking for a team, let me know.
And I think that's what we got, right? In your relationships, in your business, and you'll be successful.
Relationships are huge in real estate. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.